But little did I know I would be adopting. When I was a child, I wanted to grow up and work in an orphanage. I wanted to get married, have children, be a homemaker, and do everything in between, including homeschooling. But little did I know I would be adopting. Our adoption story is pretty unique just because Nadella and I got married and we waited 5 years before we even decided to have kids. And then it took an additional 5 years to adopt. And between that time, a 5-year span, we had lots of high hopes and lots of children that came into our lives that we thought we were going to adopt, and none of them worked out. There were 6 of them. That's a lot of heartbreak. And so we thought maybe God was telling us maybe we should just foster. You know, we had lost a lot of money during all this time and going into debt over children that we never even got to bring home. I'm not angry about any of that, just in case anybody's wondering. So we thought maybe God was trying to say, foster children. You know, I have all these children for you. We take all the classes, and then as soon as we get certified, Gabe and Ellie fall in our lap. And we had had previous failed adoptions with both their birth mothers. See, Gabe and Ellie are not actually related by blood. They both came to us about a month or 2 apart and said, I'm pregnant, will you adopt? Shortly around the time that we were supposed to start fostering is when the kids were going to be born. That was a God thing. We felt like we obeyed God and we took the route of fostering, even though I thought it was going to be the harder route and I was afraid to do it. You know, you don't really get to choose how you want to parent them, and there's just a lot of rules. So that wasn't our first, and I was afraid that we wouldn't get to have a baby. When I took the leap of faith and said, okay, God, I'm going to listen to you. And we took the foster class, and God jumped in and said, okay, you listened and now it's time. And all of a sudden, we were going to be parents of 2 babies, just 2 months apart. But that's just the beginning, because Ellie actually did not come to us when she was born. They thought at that time that they wanted to keep her in the family, and they let a relative adopt her. But a week before Eliana turned 1 year old, she got to come back to us, and that was a gift from God. And actually her name was something different, but it never really did suit her. I had this dream about her before she was born, that she was going to be this very sweet, elegant, dainty child. I dreamt about what she would look like, and when she was born and I saw those pictures, that was the little girl that I had imagined. And so when she came to us, I knew that when we adopted her, we needed to change her name to what it was always supposed to be, which Eliana means gift from God. And that's even more, chills on your arms when I talk about it, because she came back to us. She was a gift from God. She came back a whole year later, and it was just at the perfect time. We got to have Gabriel with us for the first year, one-on-one, and we got to bond and be really close, and he's a connector, so it really was very good for him. And it was good for me. I might have been too overwhelmed, I don't know. But I'm just so glad we have them both now, and everything worked out the way it was supposed to. Her birth mother and I are very, very, very close, and we have a very great relationship, a respect for one another, and I really just absolutely cherish that woman very much. We get together with Gabe and Ellie's family about 4 to 6 times a year, and we just do fun things, like we go on vacation, we go out to eat, we make sure that the kids have a really fun, memorable time together, because it's just as important for her siblings as it is for Gabe and Ellie to make sure that they always feel loved. And it doesn't scare me that they have another birth father or another birth mother. So we're all friends on Facebook. that's the way I want to approach this to the kids. The talk. Will we tell Gabe and Ellie? Yes. It's just a matter of when. I'm just looking for the right time and the right childlike faith story to go along with it. I want it to be as fun, positive, and special as possible. Like, mommy and daddy couldn't have a baby. And so your birth mommy, the one that carried you in her tummy, is the one that God decided to put on her heart to bring you into this world. And so she got the phone call from Jesus, and she called mommy and daddy and said, "Are you ready to meet your baby?" And that's when Gabe and Ellie were born.